How do you fight tilt, by the way? Because this is like a topic that probably all viewers can relate to. Anyone who watches us, who is like 800 rated or 2800 rated, they all they all suffer from tilt. What are your life hacks?
It's a journey of personal transformation, and I'll start with a story. I've had something of a personal transformation with sort of my attitude toward tilt, and I think some of the viewers might be smiling knowingly and think, I'm not buying the new Daniel facade from his speedrun videos, the like all smiles, the gracious, I don't think my opponent cheated. No, I know the monster that's sitting inside, I mean, Ted Bundy, apparently. But no, I really have, I think, changed in profound ways, and I'm proud of this transformation, and I'm only at the beginning of it, but a journey of a million miles begins with a single step. So when I first started kind of playing online seriously and starting to play in like bullet championships, this was college, my tilt was out of control. And you can find and superimpose some clips if you want on YouTube. I don't mind. I watch them on my own. They're funny. And that was only the tip of the iceberg, because every time that I'd have a bad result, I remember this bullet championship I played, one of the first ones chess.com organized. I was playing Bortnik, and I woke up late. The internet in my dorm wasn't working well, so I had to run with my computer to like the library, and I like found a room, and I set up just like a minute before it starts. I'm not showered, and I like blunder a piece early on, and I took my mouse and I throw it against the wall. And when I got it back, I saw that it wasn't broken enough. So I also decided to kick it like a soccer ball, because when you start breaking stuff, you got to make sure it's broken. You got to make it worth your while, right? You can't break it a little bit and then hear like a little rattle. You got to like smash that thing to bits. And that was a watershed moment, because my friend, who's also a moderator on my stream, he called me, and I owe a big debt of gratitude to him. And he staged like a phone intervention. And he told me that like, I can't change you internally. You'll always be, the most competitive, mofo on earth. And I still am. I can't do anything about that. I think most GMs are. But you can do something about the way that you react, at the very least externally, because in terms of my stream, in the early days, this behavior was attracting trolls, a lot of trolls, and people who were watching my stream just to see me rage because it was happening so frequently. And that was really bad, because people were encouraging me. And that, of course, was feeding the vicious cycle where I would lose a game and the trolls would start spamming I want to see breaking mouse. And there'd be more viewers when I would do that. So it was like a really bad cycle, and it corresponded with a tough period of my life. So part of this was changing my circumstances, but a big part of this was realizing that I'm actually in control, because I don't mean to sound like a bogus therapist or whatever. And I'm not suggesting I figured anything out yet. This is just my own experience. When you're in the throes of tilt, I think it's easy to absolve yourself of blame. Like, well, of course I'm tilted. I lost. Like, it's almost like this process takes you over, and you're like, well, I couldn't do anything about it. And then the funniest thing is, you're in the middle of tilt, you've dropped 200 points, and then I'll sometimes text my friend Peter, like, why am I playing so badly? You know why you're playing, so you know exactly what you're doing. You're playing like an idiot. You're not focused. You're making random moves. Why am I losing? So that's one thing, realizing that, yes, I actually can control my emotions, as painful as it is, at least their external appearance. And as corny as it sounds, when I started to try to do that, like not break a mouse with every loss, essentially, I found that if you can cut tilt out at the beginning, then it's much easier to fight it. Like the further along tilt gets, like my worst streams, what happens is I get tilted and I don't get out of it. I start getting negative, salty. People know all my salty phrase. Oh, he sees everything, we'll see what rating I am when I finish this stream. And I still say that from time to time. I'm not going to deny like I'm human. And the people who like watch my speedrun videos and then they watch my Twitch stream, they're like, whoa, wait, he's got emotion? Like he gets angry when he loses 10 games in a row? Yeah, and I always will. And I think it's unhealthy to pretend like you're some sort of, bot or robot that never shows natural human emotion. But I try to cut it out at the beginning. Like if I start feeling that tilt, that negativity, that's where I try to nip it in the bud. And I sometimes step away from the computer. I found that even 30 seconds away from the computer, just like washing your face, or a couple minutes of doing another activity, it works wonders. Like you come back a different person. I've also found that it's okay to be angry. Like it's okay to be angry, but channel it into motivation. So now what I do is I think, okay, if I'm on stream and I'm losing and chat is being like annoying, and I love you, chat. It's not calling anyone out in particular. What I try to tell myself is, okay, I'm mad. I'm going to be mad, but I'm going to try to channel this into good play, because I lose and they win, the trolls win, if I fall further into tilt and play badly. So I'm going to be mad, but I'm actually going to be mad and force myself to calculate even harder. So it sounds maybe easy. I think it sounds underwhelming. People want the silver bullet. Of course, I will still occasionally off stream, lose my temper, lose control, but it's been happening much more infrequently. And I'm replacing mice now, I think, once every year, and more often because they just get worn out, or rather than because I've thrown them across state lines in South Carolina. And to me, it's taken 5 years. Like, this has been one of the hardest transformations. But it's not fake. Like, I genuinely tilt less. I genuinely don't go crazy now when I lose. It's helped me a lot recover from losses. I think in Title Tuesday, if I lose early, I no longer lose 6 games. So I'm proud of that transformation. It's possible, because I was once like the ultimate tilter. Now I'm just a tilter. Maybe one day I'll be John Bartholomew, but probably by the time I'm 85 years old and I can't move my hand more than 1 millimeter.